pretty frequently.
Mm-hmm.
If you hadn't seen the last episode, I was like captured and the Clacks did a bunch of tests on me. So the doctor would have probably had been keeping up with me, doing like tests, like, you know, cuts to like me on like a treadmill, just like running, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
All right, Leah, what sort of strange, remind me later to restart computer. What sort of strange things do you think they would have discovered in you? Like, what was one thing that they're like, oh, this is unusual? Injury or something that you don't even know about?
Yeah, I wonder if, like, because I'm a soldier and I'm combat trained, and I'm quite large, if they maybe like tapped into like my adrenaline glands and like tried to make me more thinking like rage kind of thing. Like I don't know
so
that's a thing, but if
that
I
might
get
be
triggered,
one of the things that they think you had adrenal exhaustion. That's why you were unconscious.
Oh yeah.
All right, Sofek, what are you doing in this lovely piece of science tech?
Oh, I am enjoying it as much as a Vulcan can enjoy anything, which isn't much. But I am sequestered myself into our one of our sensor suites, just scanning to my heart's content everything. Everyone's leaving me alone. It's really nice because they're all whining how boring it is, probably in 7 rear.
So we do have modular labs. What are they configured for?
Well,
I say stellar phenomenon.
I was going to say, yeah.
Fair enough. So stellar phenomenon and Beagle. You recently got promoted, didn't you, Beagle? Didn't you recently go through a promotion at Narendra Station? Yeah. Didn't he end up going from ensign to junior lieutenant? That's
I'm
one of the
looking
things.
at my paperwork, and like, I signed this?
Well, you had to sign it. He has over 4 times the required hours to be promoted.
Yeah, so that's why I'm looking. While he's on his date, I actually get the pad. It's like, reminder to set
Beagle's rank.
Set Beagle's, what is it, celebration, like his actual like convocation or whatever. I'm like, wait, I did sign this. Computer,
Beagle's on a date. Oh, fair enough. What are they doing? Are they on the holodeck playing one of his crazy programs? Yeah. Yeah, Gurkhan deleted it. Yeah.
Did we just swap out the holo program with an actual nature hike?
I think we deleted it immediately, and then you debugged it, which took 18 hours. So so you and Luther are on this holo date, enjoying yourselves. Have you gone on any other dates with any other crew members? Is Beagle trying to get that program running for multiple people? Okay. Mm-hmm. Fair. Yeah.
The new Pip keeps chafing.
Yeah. He had done some training with Gurkhan recently as well. Yep. At this point, though, Sofek, during your long-range scanning, you get a repeating pulse signal, which appears to be some sort of distress call that you're registering a few sectors away.
Ooh, is there any message in the distress signal, or is it just?
It is just a standard automated distress signal that's Starfleet.
Sofek to Captain Zanny.
Zanny here.
Captain, I have picked up a general distress call during my sensor investigations. It appears to be a Starfleet signal.
On my way. I step out on the bridge, and I'm here.
Sofek's in one of the labs.
I'm like, Captain, I don't see you, Captain.
I look at Sofek's station. I'm like, wait, where'd he go? He's always there. Zanny to Sofek, where are you?
In the sensor labs, Captain.
Oh, all right, on my way. I walk into the turbo.
I'm assuming the sensor labs are darkened for Sofek's comfort.
Oh yeah, and there's Vulcan music playing over the speakers.
Slightly warmer than normal as well because you like the heat of Vulcan.
Yep. I'm listening to the Vulcan harp music.
The bells on the,
the bells.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, it's like
Spock
chimes,
has
right?
them in his quarters. They play them in amok time in between the rounds of Spock beating up Kirk.
All right, so Zanny, you end up meeting up with Sofek, and you it's a standard Federation distress signal. It has the name of the ship, the location it is currently in, and it just repeats. And the ship's name is the USS Haida.
Sofek, can you confirm that is the Haida's transponder?
Stefan, where is it? Gopaul. Stefan, roll me a reason and science for that. Difficulty 2.
Science.
So,
build.
just so everyone knows, my mic just turned on.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry. I did this wrong. Your 2 determinations for today
Oh yeah.
are
You didn't do this wrong. That's pretty much on time, right?
is bring it back home and no one lost.
Bring it back home and no one lost.
Yeah.
All right. And hello to our chat people. There's a few people watching. I'm sorry, those of you who are watching and are like, Tim, we can't hear you. Well, I just realized you couldn't hear me. And so for the first, 10 minutes of the game, I've been talking to myself. You're welcome, everybody. All right.
All you missed was a funny voice. And actually kind of a nice date. But
Yeah.
It was a good date.
Yeah. Although the program doesn't function the way it's supposed to. But hey,
it
it's
doesn't
functions
malfunction the way it's supposed to.
That's
Anywho.
correct.
Also, I apparently should have done some warm-up rolling.
Yeah.
Huh.
So in this case, Stefan, you can't 100% confirm that it's the Haida, but you can confirm it's Federation. And Federation distress call in the Shackleton Expanse on its own.
Well, if you confirm that it's a Federation ship, then we are duty bound to go and see what's going on. Zanny to Sarah.
Sarah here.
It's like, oh, wow. She mad at you.
What do you want, Captain?
What can I do for you, boss?
Sofek's sending you a set of coordinates. Can you set a course and take us there? West distress signal. Maximum warp.
Yeah, so you'll get there in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops.
Great.
Okay,
If you go maximum warp or safe warp.
No, we're going maximum warp. It's a distress signal.
Yeah, so you're heading there. You'll be there in a few minutes.
We're out of food cubes.
Our air tastes funny.
Wow.
Dribbles everywhere.
Sofek, would you join me on the bridge? I'll be heading my way back.
Beagle, I'm assuming that you got the signal as well to come to the bridge. So your date's over.
Luther, I gotta go. Leave him on the cliff.
He's
I'll
like,
just leave and let you turn it off when you're done. Just turn it off when you're done. Yeah, don't worry. See ya. And I just leave.
Luther's like, what? Just as you all make it to the bridge or make it back to your stations, I'm assuming that's when the ship just dumps out of warp. You get out of warp and you feel a slight rumble and a shift to the left and then a shift to the right in this sector of space.
It doesn't seem good.
On screen.
So you see the USS Haida, an unusual Cheyenne-style ship with 4 nacelles, with the top nacelles being quite a bit larger than the bottom ones. You have not seen this style of ship before, really. It does seem to be a bit more of an experimental ship or something that was done after the fact during one of its 8 retrofits. You do see what appear to be graviton eddies kind of bumping the ship back and forth, bumping you guys back and forth as well.
Hailing frequencies. Can we get a hold of the other ship?
Yeah, there is no response. You are still getting the automated distress signal. The ship itself looks intact. You do see the running lights on it flashing. You do see the deck lights on from where you are, but the ship is not responding.
Sofek, give me a scan of the ship, look for life signs. Varia, can you give me a tactical readout of the area? Beagle?
Yeah. Sorry, sir. I was playing with my tricorder. I'm so sorry. Yasikov, I'm sorry. I'm on ops. I didn't touch the red button, I swear.
You feel another rock from the ship going to the left, and you hear Sarah saying, compensating.
Nothing to worry about, boy.
Beagle, can you figure out what's rocking my ship?
Yeah, doing this.
So, Sofek, give me a reason in science. This is you using the scanners. So whatever bonuses you get from scanning.
Hooray!
Yasikov, you're supposed. What did the captain order you to do?
He requested tactical output.
So give me reason and security on that one, because you're still going to be using the scanners, but you're going to be using your security knowledge on that one.
Sure can be like control.
Nope.
Control security.
Nope. Stefan, you got extra momentum for that. Your roll. Very Sofek. And then if you have any questions, first one obviously is there life signs?
Woo.
Yes.
And the answer is no.
Gesundheit, sir.
Ooh.
No life signs.
Thanks, Beagle.
I'll give. Ooh.
Nailed it.
Your tactical readout says to you that the ship is fully armed with quantum torpedoes. It has a full complement crew. Unfortunately, you're scanning the USS Payette.
It can't be right.
Yes. The sensors might be turned inward still.
She didn't even access the sensors. It's actually just the schematic readout.
Yeah.
Of the Payette that she pulled up.
Also, Stefan, your scanning shows that there are 0 lifeboats aboard. They've all been jettisoned.
Ooh.
Or escape pods, sorry. Beagle.
Yeah.
You need to give me a...
I'd like to do a sensor sweep, sir.
Sensor sweep for the area? That's
Yeah.
reason and science.
All right. I'm okay
you
with...
have 1 momentum in the pool.
Ooh, I will use it because I'm only okay with this.
Sofek's looking over at you like...
I got it, sir. I got it.
2 successes. What you're seeing is the equivalent of waves in an ocean, but instead of being water, it's gravity.
Sir, it looks like there's gravity waves coming off of the...
And where they intersect to make what would be waves in an ocean, where they would cross over, is where you're getting spikes of low and high gravity, which is pushing the ship around.
And it's coming off the ship?
It's coming out in general space in this area.
So it's just random environment in this area?
Yeah, there must be some sort of massive black hole nearby or something that's causing graviton waves out here to hit, and other massive organisms or massive structures, graviton waves, and they're just interacting with each other in such a way.
So was I successful in my determinant? Like, did I succeed, or have I?
Yes, you did.
Okay,
you succeeded.
So is it similar to the gravitational sort of like weirdness we've seen whenever there's a subspace issue?
No,
Issue?
it is
different.
closer to what you would see in a binary star system when the suns are really close.
Sirs, it looks like this is more of a gravitational background noise from either like a pulsar or maybe a black hole that's distant, possibly a black matter nebula, binary star system maybe. It's like just environmental noise, but it's going to be weird for us. We could probably compensate for it, right, TM?
Yes, you can, but it's going to require Sarah most likely to stay at the controls.
So
Beagle. Sorry, go ahead.
I'd like to make a Sofex computers to try and give. Gurkhan's engines. I'm going to use my focus Gurkhan's engines to try and roll an engine check to help Sarah's sort of like ease of maintaining everything.
Perfect. So that one, I'm going to make it daring and engineering.
Okay.
And Sarah, I'm going to need a control and con.
You got it.
Difficulty 3 combined.
Oh, there's one for you. All right.
So
Go
you
for
make
an
it
air high five with Sarah.
She doesn't.
Be
I
like
would say that.
backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're behind her, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We don't even look. We both just like we're both from our stations, up and at the same time, full office style. Yes. Concerned Beagle out.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's so awesome.
Sarah's going to have to put her hands on the controls though, because she's going to have to do manual adjustments.
Don't worry, I got it.
There's one small ripple, and then she puts her hands back on the controls during the high five. And Sarah's going to have to work at this because you're going to have to read the sensors while simultaneously adjusting. So for this, in this case, Sarah's piloting the Payette and nothing else. She's working her butt off.
Oh, in terms of momentum, Sarah does reduce difficulty of all tasks increased by environmental items by 1.
Yeah,
Jeez.
fair, but so you get 1 momentum out of this.
Great.
Yeah, perfect. The Payette is stable and it feels like it's working again. Reiterating, no life signs, all escape pods jettisoned. The ship appears fully intact and undamaged.
Sarah, can you bring us to within transporter range?
You're already within transporter range. That's where you dumped out.
Already there.
You're close enough to see. You're close enough to actually see the individual windows on the vessel lit up.
Okay. Sofek, did you figure out if there's any? Is there atmosphere? I'm looking at your rolls.
I'm gonna say that with the initial scan, at the yes, but Sofek, you relay that.
Yeah. The ship appears to be fully functional, Captain. The only thing that is out of the ordinary is there is no crew, but the life pods are missing.
Beagle's full on dun dun dun.
Beagle, enough of you.
Sorry, sir.
Perhaps we should bring environmental suits regardless.
Pardon?
I said, perhaps we should bring environmental suits regardless.
Well, that's nice of you to suggest that because you're going on the away mission.
Of course.
Yes, of course. Can you assemble a team to go over to the Haida? Sofek, you're staying with me because I want you to commit long-range sensors to finding those pods.
So when you look over Yazikov, when you start to do like that kind of like scan around the bridge, you see Beagle's face like this.
Oh God.
Sam?
Yes?
If you burn a momentum, I can answer your question about those life pods.
We only have one, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Let's do it. I'll give a rousing speech later. We'll get some momentum.
Every single one of those life pods have been accounted for on Narander Station.
Oh.
Over the past few weeks, they've been trickling in slowly and steadily. Every single crew escaped from the vessel. Well, they escaped from a vessel that appears to be fully intact.
Do we know the registration of this ship yet?
NCC 79513. So this is
USS
Haida itself.
Oh, I was going to say, can I use a computer check to...
You can see it on the hull.
Okay, can I verify that this is the Haida?
Yeah, I mean, you can go ahead and roll. That would be scans from the ship. So again, that would be reason science.
Okay.
Difficulty for this one is 1.
Boom. Of course I do a critical on this.
On a single die somehow.
Beagle is on fire. It's that extra pip. He just feels the power.
Yeah, no, this is 100% confirmed as the USS Haida, as the ship that has gone missing 2 weeks ago. And the crew had been slowly coming in, and you remember having conversations with some of the crew members from the ship when they arrived on the Haida, on the Rander station. All of you remember this, and getting absolutely no information on what happened.
So like they were ordered to secrecy.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, I can't say anything. I must go speak to blah 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 right now.
Okay. So I'm gonna put my momentum into the pool.
Yep.
So we got 1 now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go.
Gopaul, is Gurkhan up for grabs, or?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I will take Gurkhan, Reeks, Beagle, you make them.
Yes!
And no life signs, so Doctor is useless.
I've been practicing my blue belt, man, sir.
Beagle, collect security officers for awaiting.
Okay.
Well, sir, I know I got demoted. Maybe we could take an engineer. I think there's
I'm
Gurkhan's
taking
offhand.
Gurkhan.
Gurkhan looks and he's like, I'm right here.
Sorry, I just got here.
Like,
I
don't
thought
worry.
you were staying.
It's all right.
You recommend perhaps Tellarite?
I'm actually the
Just-
Tellarite will be required to maintain engineering here. The second engineer I would recommend is Beagle.
I've been practicing, sirs.
I've been training him in power transfer. This is what we need most likely to transfer power. If not, then I have Sofek. I do not have Sofek. Sofek, may I request Sofek?
No. Zanny looks over. Denied.
No.
He's taking on the shit with me.
You think I would not ask if I could?
Fair.
What
Gurkhan
do you
has
think? I'm gonna do the long range scans.
Gurkhan has his engineering kit with him.
All right.
Must have
Sofek's
done
just like,
both.
oh no, I can't go on the ghost ship with you and Beagle.
But super silently, like, is it only Sarah that hears it? She's just got that sort of like station to station grin.
Just that
Zanny
look,
hears
just a little
the thought come out and just holds his.
He doesn't believe
The
it.
moment Zanny said, I need Sofek here, just waves of relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we need a science officer and a few more engineers, I believe.
Yeah, I will assemble a recovery team.
Very good.
So he hits his comm, he calls 3 or 4 extra names, and he goes, meet in Transporter Bay 4. Bring environmental suits.
Beagle's
Okay.
already got his on.
Rix is putting on a boot.
Yeah.
I
So
thought that was
ready for
standard.
this.
Yes. I think they've trained well.
Zanny's just looking over, being like, "Why are you still on the bridge?"
We're
Nice
we're such a competent crew. I love us.
You get to engineering, sorry, not engineering. You get to the transporter bay, and the transporter officer goes to you, Varya. Where would you like me to transport you on the vessel?
Don't forget that he's the huge rhino species, so he's
Yeah,
taking up like a quarter of the space.
He's very soft-spoken, though.
I look up at him. I believe the bridge would be the best place to start.
Right, so you walk into the pad. He grabs the giant handle that actually he uses for his transporter because his fingers won't fit on the console. Just the old school style one.
Nice.
You transport over. You're in your environmental suits. You get onto the bridge, and immediately the front of your visor seems to mist up just a little bit, like it's really cold on board.
I'll take out my track recorder and start taking readings.
Environmental readings are the air's clean. There's no toxins. The oxygen level's perfect for life. It's just 10 degrees below normal. So it's just cooler than it would be because it appears that everything's running on low power mode.
Oh, okay.
Sir, I think it might just be the fact that everybody left. there's no
Ship
power
would not
here.
compensate for this.
Okay.
Ship would not compensate for lack of human body warmth. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Gurkhan at this point he goes, I'm going to move to engineering because it's strangely quiet. And you notice for the first time there is no hum of warp core.
Take security and some with you.
Yep. He starts walking down. He seems very relaxed and secure because the ship's empty. You just don't know what happened.
Sir, can I have a walk through the computer? Maybe I'll find a couple of logs.
Yes, please.
That's what Rick's is going to do. He's going to try to access the main computer.
Yep. So Rick starts working, and it's low power right now, so nothing is really functioning. You can get some basic commands in Rick's, like you can get seeing what the ship's functionality is, like basic diagnostic stuff, but you're not going to be able to get into any logs or anything right now just because there's no power.
Can we override power from the bridge?
No, there is no power. There's just not enough power. Like you're seeing, it's running on auxiliary, and the auxiliary batteries are running low, and the ship somehow automatically has been shutting down systems piece by piece to keep it running.
So this may be a stupid question, but can we jumpstart this ship with our ship?
But very much potentially, and that's what Gurkhan is in engineering trying to figure out right now.
Okay, let's break out those jumper cables.
Fair enough. Gurkhan literally, as you're saying it, he goes, we're going to have to feed power from the Payette into the Haida. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to be on the Haida for this, because if there's a phase variance of at least 0.01 degrees, we're both stranded out here. And I need to control it from my side.
Yes. I see why you left Tellarite in charge.
Yeah, Tellarite's here, but he has Beagle with him.
Will the
in
Tellarite's
engineering.
with us on the new ship?
Tellarite's
Tellarite-
on the Payette. Beagle's with him in engineering.
Okay.
Yeah. He goes, I will need as many hands as I need on the Payette, because if we cannot get this ship going, I do not want to have our ship not going.
Okay, so I'm on the Payette then?
No, you're on the Haida. You're in engineering, and he's speaking to you, and he basically goes, Beagle?
Yeah.
You will be monitoring the power transfer from this side.
Yeah, I will.
You need to keep the readings in open communication with me as often as possible, or we both stall our engines.
I so got this.
Just read the numbers and say them to me as fast as they come up.
All right.
Right now, the number just says 000.
00000.
Perfect. One to beam back to the Payette.
I hope the comms are still open, and I'm just try to cover a laugh,
Still 00000.
You hear?
He is for him.
And then I am going to go to said Tellarite and make him monitor.
Choice.
I'm going to make the Tellarite monitor Beagle's channels.
Hey, is everything on?
It looks like Elcars and everything is there, but you look at the warp core. It's the pulse is once every 30
it's
seconds
like that
or so.
single bar thing.
Yeah, it's like whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can kind of smell what smells like. You know that smell when something electrical has caught fire?
Ooh.
There's that acrid smell in engineering right now, like something had been pushed too hard and
So
overheated
can I
and shut down.
whip out my tricorder? It's not my turn. I'm sorry. I'll just shut up and let other people do things.
No, go for it. Go
No,
for
no.
it. No.
Can I so while I'm waiting for the numbers to do anything, because they won't do anything for a few minutes, can I take my tricorder out and do a quick scan of engineering to see if I can figure out where that acrid smell is coming from?
Yeah, it's coming from the warp core itself.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, as you approach it, you can actually see the metal around the outside of the warp core slightly warped from heat and cooling.
What? Do we want to turn this on? I don't think we want to turn this on. We might not want to turn this on, sirs. It still says 0000. We want to keep it that way. I'm just saying this, and I explain. I can't. I have to.
What is he freaking out about?
Well, so the warp core kind of is warped. I mean, they're the metal. It's got I smell burning, and it's not like toast. And it looks like the metal itself is kind of like melting on the actual.
I get it.
Shock yourself, again.
Huh?
No, I get it. Commander, I get it. It's like they overheated the warp core and melted some part of it. Maybe if we turn it on, it could.
Hey, can I look and see? Wait, sorry. Can I look and see if the dilithium crystals are still intact?
Dilithium crystals are completely missing. They have been completely used up and wasted.
Oh, so we couldn't even. Okay, so warp is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about like general power?
There is there's enough power to keep life support running, to keep what's it called, initial dampeners running.
Okay, so
lights and
power
whatnot.
transfer is going to like increase our say like impulse reactors kind of thing.
Totally. The
Gotcha.
ship's
Okay.
holding itself in station.
Okay.
Barely.
Okay.
Like you get that shift every once in a while when
Yeah.
it gets hit.
Sirs, the warp core is completely down. There's no way we can do anything about that. But the system transfer that Yazikov suggested will definitely increase reactor power outlets, so we can at least output, so we can at least make sure that the ship can, function beyond minimal life support and minimal functions.
Gurkhan responds at this time and he goes, "We are freshly restocked. We can transport a number of dilithium crystals over to get the ship started."
Sir, it looks
Zanny,
like
Zanny
looks
here.
like
Zanny comes over the waves. Quick question, Gurkhan and Beagle. Instead of doing this in a place where there's gravimetric shear, shouldn't we? Would we be able of us just to tow the Haida away for a little while with our tractor beam?
Well, Sofek might want to double check, but I don't think that we'll be able to lock on with this gravimetric interference.
Yeah, the problem with having this much side movement is the fact that you're using all the inertial dampeners and thrusters to keep it stable. If you lock on to, say, one part of the hull and you move 3 feet to the right while the ship moves 3 feet to the left, due to differentiating gravimetric shear, you've just taken that section of hull away.
Yeah, not that good, sir. Sorry.
Because there's nobody
Okay.
to pilot the Haida right now.
Yeah, you'd have to have somebody piloting both.
Rix,
No, it's goes.
you're working on the computer system. You are noticing a series of password requirements and limits to what you can access as you dig somewhat deeper. And that's caused that's not. I mean, you know that a lot of crew will password or whatever protect their own personal data, but this looks like mission dossiers and actual schematics for this vessel.
Okay.
Gurkhan announces over the channel that we will have limited communications, might be jammed due to this power transfer. Beagle,
Of
small
course they
sachet
will.
of dilithium crystals transports into the chamber with you,
Okay.
and Sam or
Rix.
Rix, you note that the power is coming into the ship now because there's a big beam that's between the two vessels. So
Okay.
there's a power transfer starting, the core starting up. Sofek,
7130.
he's here. Good, dials it in. You're starting to lose some of the long range scanners due to this.
The only reason you stayed on the ship.
Oh, really?
Fucker.
Huh. Strange that.
Strange, weird, strange.
Weird, strange. The power transfer, Zanny, you're seeing from your point of view, it's a strong like blue beam with those Star Trek gold rings that pulse around it every once in a while.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's hitting up. The power transfer is working. Rix is starting to get access to more and more files, and they're requiring access that's above his level since he got demoted recently.
True. So he's gonna try and hack it.
What
Yeah, I'm
could
standing
go
right
wrong?
there.
I was gonna say I'm standing right there.
Yeah, that's fine. Rix needs to do a daring and command.
Daring and command. All right.
Yeah, and this is Starfleet encryption.
No, I
so
probably have passwords, right?
it's a
I'm
Starfleet.
aware.
A Starfleet encryption, difficulty 5.
Whoa!
Difficulty 5?
Whoa!
It's Starfleet encryption on a vessel that doesn't want to be discovered.
We have 0. Do we have any
You got
momentum?
one. You got
One.
one.
One?
Yeah.
Beagle rolled huge.
I gave you one. So you're using it?
Sure.
All
Why
right.
not?
It's gone.
I mean, you can always give me threat.
No.
Yes,
And
do it.
I'm going to use
Tim's not allowed to give Gopaul threat. We revoke his.
caution science, and I use momentum.
Quiet,
so
newbie, you're on our
roll.
side now.
And I'm going to use a determination. What was the first one?
Keep them all alive and bring her back.
Bring her back. I'm going to use that.
Yep.
Hey,
So I should get an auto crit for 2,
That's 2.
and then I'll have
3
3
dice.
dice. I do have computers, so
Yeah, this will be a focus of computers if you have it.
yeah. And I have caution science.
Determination means you get to reroll. But it was
reroll. Anyways, I guess I can roll some dice now. Yeah,
See what
let's do this.
2, 3 total successes. You get to reroll those 2 for cautious.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just roll 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
wow.
So you do break through the first layer, and you actually see that these are mission dossiers for this vessel. You end up with 2 momentum for the crew, for this item, and the one that you managed to break through with, the one that you managed to break through is the sensor operator, and it has him scanning a vessel at high warp somehow, at high warp, this vessel, and keeping a track on it. And it appears that they're getting closer to this vessel at high warp.
Wait. So another vessel is going
Another
at
vessel
a high
at
speed.
High speed, they're able to track it
And this
very
ship
accurately.
was able to track and gain on it.
Yes.
I
That's
don't,
what you
I
got
don't,
from
I don't
Bell.
know this. I just wanted to clarify as Tim. Beagle
Yeah.
doesn't know this.
Commander!
Yeah.
Commander!
You do see the rest of the files. The requirements are just purely command access codes
Oh, so we'll
of a
need,
commander, a chief science officer, and a chief and an XO.
so we'll need
So that's,
we'll need Rix and we'll need
Yeah.
Zanny and Sofek over.
but I pulled.
Yes.
I'm like, you did read the thing.
Is Yazikov actually eating chips on the bridge?
She brings
Through her
snacks
spacesuit.
with her.
Oh no, you got suits. That's right.
So Yezagov is like sent her like security goons to go and sweep the ship,
Yeah.
and she's just like Riker leaning on something, eating like a bag of something.
She always does the Riker lean.
Yeah.
So she's like
She's
our
mostly legs too, so it's like
yeah, she is mostly like she's
Yeah,
like our Brad.
aggressively.
She's our Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11. There's always
Yeah.
a snack.
yeah.
All right.
Beagle.
Yeah.
You get through the power transfer. You actually find a message from Gurkhan. He goes
1014.
He goes, but written in it goes, communications might be spotty.
What?
Communicate via the power transfer.
Oh. Okay, I will try a daring and engineering.
Yep. Difficulty
Sorry.
2 for this.
I missed this. Did Gurkhan go back to the Payette?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a while ago.
He's monitoring the power transfer on the Payette.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You succeed and you're able to actually send messages back and forth, except they're going to be limited to text.
Need more than dilithium. Chassis warped. Haha.
There, he sends a.
LOL.
Within a few seconds, you actually see force field generators transported right around the warp core.
Okay, so at this point, Beagle kind of looks around to see what competent engineers are there, because he is not
So a number of the engineers actually saw that you were in the warp core area, and they started working on the consoles. They saw that all the consoles were all right.
Great.
And then they spread out on the ship. So right now it's you.
Oh.
Right, they're going to the deflector dish. They're going to the nacelles. They're going through all the EPS power conduits. They're going through it.
So
from
Beagle sends back
outwards.
the text message. Seriously? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Yeah, I mean it's just a force field around the warp core now.
Okay, no big deal.
No big deal at all.
Hey, Rex.
Rex from the bridge. Yes.
Hey, what you doing?
Just looking at some command logs, figuring out what happened. Why?
So, I think Gurkhan wants me to set up these force field things around the warp core because it's kind of like broken. Do you want to give me a hand?
I look at Yasikov and go, okay, I'll be there in a minute. And as he just quietly covers his badge, he goes, if I explode because of him, will you tell my 15 sons that I love them?
I need you to tell me how you got into these logs.
Control Alt Apple key. Old code. Just walks away.
We're going to have to address that later.
Jessica,
Awesome.
like the readings that you're seeing of what this ship did should not be possible. Like usually when a ship hits warp and it hits high warp, like the sensors are saying, you don't find that ship. They're gone.
What are we talking for high warp? Are we talking like warp 9.7? Because that's
9.7, 9. Yeah, we're talking like the ship that they were tracking was the first scan was at warp 8, the second scan was at warp 8.5, and then it was intercepted at warp 9.
Okay, so
speeds.
I'm going to download any data that I can to my tricorder, I guess.
But there's still those 3 command codes required.
Right.
XO, Commander, Chief Science.
Okay, cool. And I can't get a hold of the Payette, hey?
You can, because Beagle would have told you that you have to send a text message across the ship.
Okay. And like the command codes are like that's sensitive information.
Oh,
that's sensitive information, right? I can't be like, hey Zanny, what's your command code?
No,
I need it for a second.
But these command codes they require voice activation.
Yeah.
They recognize the voice and they recognize the numbers.
Could I send a file?
You watched the movies, right? You've seen the movies? Do you remember in number 3 when they make the ship blow up?
Yes. So it's like a self-destruct. Okay. All right. I gotcha. And I know that this is like an information file. I'm not gonna make this ship blow up.
No. You know this is this is not only a log. These are activation commands for firing up the warp core, firing up the deflectors, firing up impulse.
Basically,
what's required to turn the ship back on.
Okay. And I can't send a file over to the Payette, eh?
Yeah, you can send the file over along the transfer, but you need to get the command codes because the ship won't fire up otherwise, and you can't actually like command over. You can transport back because the power transfer is not messing too much with the transporters. It's just slightly tickle in the sensors.
Okay, sorry. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, can I put in my command code and then send the file over to the Payette, have those two put in their command codes, and then send it back to me?
No, because those command codes, due to the fact that they're locked, cannot be transferred.
Okay.
I mean, you said Chief of Science,
Commander,
XO. Well, Sofek's on the ship. He's a Chief of Science.
Sofek's on your ship.
Exactly. So am I.
Yeah, so you'll have to come over to this ship so you can deactivate this.
Oh, I thought you could transfer the files.
No, that's what they're saying. You can transfer the files, but you can't unlock it.
The unlocked file she can transfer, the locked file she cannot. So she can send you that transfer file that shows it's intercepting and what the ship apparently is capable of.
Or I could just send Sofek over if you tell me.
Yeah.
You'd have to come too.
You have to come too.
I'm sending
I thought she's an XO.
Yeah, but you need a commander.
So
Commander, XO, and Science.
You need all 3.
You need 3.
I thought you needed 2.
No.
Sorry.
No.
I got lost in the whole movie thing where you only needed 2 people to do it, so that's my fault.
This one requires all 3 to open the files. because of what you're seeing of the ship's capabilities are not standard.
Come on over, sirs. The water's great.
You don't hear it. You read that, and you read it in that voice.
I'll send Zanny like a message, like very like curt point form. First point with the data that I read. Second point, we need to unlock this thing. Third point, we need to follow up on Rix.
The third point. You see me going down? All right, well, I guess I'll head over. Who am I going to leave in charge? Yeah, well, Gurkhan's here, so I guess I'll leave him in charge. And what? Rix again?
Okay.
Deal with that later. So I'll leave Gurkhan's the senior commander, so he gets called to...
Bridge?
Yeah.
He's monitoring the power thing.
Well,
Gurkhan literally says, transferring all power stuff to the bridge, and he's sitting there on the bridge with his controller,
So
just
if I'm
spinning dials.
If I may, you could put your doctor in charge. She's got command.
Yeah.
All right.
If you wanted to leave Gurkhan in the space that he's in.
I would defer command from Gurkhan to the doctor. I'm like, kind of busy.
I was going to leave the Tellarite in charge of what you were doing, but okay, sure.
Oof,
Let's
I
do
don't
that.
trust the Tellarite. He's a little bit too slow for this. Not mentally, just physically.
Yeah, thanks, eh?
Yeah.
Doc's in charge.
So you do end up transporting across to the ship.
She sits
It's
down
one of
in
those.
the
It's one of
chair
those
and
transports that like
just rubs the handles.
As I'm transporting over, my mind she goes.
Yeah. sorry, Gopaul.
So as you, it's one of those teleports that looks like it's got a like a static fade, and then you finally make it across. Both Sofek and Zanny are on the bridge now. The bridge actually is very close to a Galaxy class style bridge with the 3 seats.
As they like transport over, I look around for like any doubles. I read this once in case report. No evil side? Good.
You're checking for evil doubles? Is that what you... I love you right now.
With really heavy eyeliner. Sorry, Gopaul, go ahead.
No worries. You guys make it over, and are you going to start unlocking those files with your command codes?
I mean, I don't see why we should wait.
So the
Might as
first
well.
one, yeah. So who's going to start?
Zanny's the captain. He's going to go. He looks over and taps on and goes, Captain Devin Zanny, USS Payette, command code Alpha 160 Alpha Beta 2.
At this point, a handprint shows up, that like a handprint scanner.
That's new.
Puts his hand on it, like cautiously.
You put it on, and it goes accepted. Classified data accepted.
Cool.
What could go wrong with this?
He's looking at it real suspiciously. Like, I feel like something's about to explode.
I am 90%
Down at
sure
engineering,
this is not close to-
down at engineering, Beagle hears.
Yep. The warp core. Beagle and Rix notice that the warp core just has a hum now.
I mean, we're supposed to be doing a power transfer, so it doesn't shock us, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's fair. At this point, Rix is working on force fields, being like,
Yeah.
I know how to do the best to turn these things
Yeah.
on.
I've got the
next.
dilithium crystals going into the pieces. I'm like, we
Rix
got
has
this.
set up so many emergency like force fields.
It
That's
seems to be
basically
Rix's
why
thing,
I
hey?
bring him. Yeah.
It's actually part of his force fields.
Yeah.
All right,
Literally
so
part of his focus.
Fix these up.
So
You're gonna
fixer.
punch in next.
Yeah.
Punch in. You give your command code. It actually asks for a handprint from you as well. But the handprint is at a different station from where you punch it in. It's from where the science station would be on the vessel, just off to the right and behind the captain.
Makes sense. I go over and
Press it. When this opens up, it shows a really detailed scan of the area around it taken just before the ship entered this area, and it says projected timeline of graviton eddies, and it seems almost 100% accurate. Like the computer is really intense at predicting and anticipating strange spatial anomalies that will affect the vessel's movement.
What?
Is this without me putting in my command
Nope.
code?
Yeah, you got yours left to put in.
Lieutenant Commander Warrior Tishkova Yesiko. Command code 95 Victor Richter 2.
And it goes, incorrect.
I swear to God, when we get back to around the station, I'm going to wring the neck of the little ensign. 95 Victor 2.
Accepted. And then another handprint scanner shows up in the first officer's chair, right next to it. You press it, and it shows a tactical screen showing multiple variations of where the ship that's currently parked in front of you might leave and what might go off to, and predicting what is the most common Starfleet accepted tactical variation of where the ship goes. And then it goes, commencing training program.
Oh no!
3.
No,
2,
what is
see the power transfer speeding up and going faster.
Sirs?
Computer,
sirs?
Captain Override, cancel.
See the Payette go to warp.
Oh, that's not good.
And we're on break.
Sirs, we lost the power transfer.
Somebody get me back my ship.
All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes. back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Star Trek Payette, our penultimate episode in this series. I'm actually really excited because, I just realized that in 4 weeks, so in 2 weeks, we'll be doing our series finale, gang. Oh my God. And then in 4 weeks, we'll be doing our new series kickoff, which I'm really excited for. We're calling Star Trek Chronicles. I am the GM Tim. I'm your host. We're playing Star Trek Adventures by Modiphius, and my mic is working. Hooray! With us tonight is our awesome captain, Captain Zanny, played by Sam, and
Hello.
And our Chief XO and Chief Security Officer, played by Leah, Commander Yazikov, Commander, or Lieutenant Commander. Commander.
I'm Lieutenant Commander.
Lieutenant Commander Yazikov. And then Lieutenant or Lieutenant junior grade?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant Sofek.
Full lieutenant.
Yeah.
Played by Stefan. Hello.
Hello.
And Lieutenant Commander Gurkhan, our chief engineer, and tonight's guest DM, or game master, or narrator, whatever the heck you want to. Tonight's Q is played by Gopaul.
Since I'm the guest director, I'd like to be referred to as Jonathan Frakes.
Okay, tonight's guest director is not Jonathan Frakes, and I am the GM Tim. I'm playing Ensign Beagle. We had just discovered a ship that we kind of stumbled upon, the USS Haida, which was kind of lost in this sector of space. We tried to repair it, jump-start it as Yazikov suggested, and thanks to Yazikov's idea, Beagle has decided the USS Payette has jumped to warp. So it's Yazikov's fault, not Beagle's. That's what Beagle is come to conclusion tonight, that it is not his fault.
Danny's standing on the bridge of a different ship than his own as he watches his fly off into space and max warp is very, very mad.
Yeah. So,
all
hooray.
All the screens with at the end of that big power transfer surge fire up, and they're tracking the Payette.
Okay, so everything is on, though.
Everything is on, except Beagle notes that the warp core is powering, but the auxiliary batteries still need a little bit of time to charge to get everything at maximum power.
Commander, the warp core is charging, but I still need probably an hour or so before the auxiliary power is ready to actually be used properly.
Well, Captain, at least it looks like the chief
Captain?
is tracking ours.
Captain's here?
Hey, Beagle.
Hi, sir. Sorry for ignoring you. I should have told you that, not Yazikov. I'm sorry, Yazikov. I didn't mean to.
It's all right. You need to speed that up. The Payette just went to warp. Sofa, I don't even need for an answer. Sofa, can you figure out how these sensors work and track my ship?
So I'm guessing, as you said, Gopaul, it's already tracking.
It's tracking, and you notice that what it does is it tracks the warp wake of a vessel, not the vessel itself. So
Sorry, I just read Ice Victor. Can you assemble a rudimentary lathe? No.
Obviously.
So what it does is it actually tracks the subspace wake of the vessel as it tears itself through warp. So it tracks via that, and that's how it's going to track the Payette. But you notice that the wake that you're getting from the Payette is not in a straight line. It's zigzagging back and forth in random directions, and you are getting to the point where you're at the edge of your sensors of where the ship is.
Captain, the ship is already tracking the Payette. However, I want to say that Gurkhan is employing unique methods to attempt to slow the Payette down.
That sounds about right. Short of launching the warp core into space. How long until we can't track them anymore?
They're approaching maximum range now.
Beagle.
Yes, sir.
I need more power now. We need to get this ship to warp.
I mean, I can do it, sir. We won't have any backup power.
Captain, can you even fly this thing?
I can fly anything.
I don't know why
Does he fix his eyebrows first before he says that? Like, arrogant.
Crack.
Yeah.
It's on the helm. do this.
Yesikov, on your station where you're tracking, it's creating, it's attempting to create projected courses for the vessel of where it might be going and where to intercept it, but it's shifting so quickly due to the zigzag nature that it's not quite able to predict. And you're noticing that it's saying secondary deflector 84% power, secondary deflector 85% power, secondary deflector 86% power. It's giving you readouts on a secondary deflector that you didn't see when you showed up on the vessel.
Captain, it looks like there is a secondary deflector currently on. Perhaps we can lower the deflector to conserve power.
Why would they be using a secondary deflector?
Perhaps because of geometric waves.
Oh.
They
Wait.
could be to do with whatever experiments they were running aboard this vessel.
Hey, is the comm still on? Like, do I hear that?
Oh
They
yeah,
haven't turned it off.
Okay. So Beagle.
We gotta learn how to do that.
Sir, may I?
Speak your mind, Beagle.
Is it possible that we're the source of those gravimetric waves?
Sophie?
Sofek?
if somebody wants, Sofek, go ahead and roll a
Chiefs.
reason science on that. This will be sensors.
Especially now that the ship is operational.
I'll use a momentum to make sure this works.
Yes. You are sensing that those gravimetric waves are actually coming from the nacelles.
Okay, so
Starfleet tearing holes in space. It's 23rd century.
yeah, so I would like to make a reason and engineering.
So if I just looked up how many warp cores are on the ship?
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, excuse my language. I
keep telling the Vulcan Science Academy stop handing out warp cores.
Yeah, so that's actually a good question. Can I work with Sofek to determine the systems on the ship? Like, maybe there is a second warp core on the ship that we're not.
Yeah, you can go ahead and work with Sofek to do like an internal scan to come up with a schematic of your ship. It'll take like 2 minutes.
All right, so I'll use one of our momentum so I can get 3 dice.
Yeah, and that one will probably be again
reason engineering.
You'll do reason engineering. Sofek, you'll do reason and science. And I want it's difficulty 2 for both of you, and I need both of you to succeed to get a proper scan as quick as possible. Otherwise, it just takes longer.
Okay.
And
so here's my roll. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's one momentum into the pool. This is using computers. Remember that. And sensors.
Ooh, actually, yeah, computers. I'm good.
Nice.
Perfect. You both get it, and there is no secondary warp core. What you're seeing are, based upon the program that you got, Stefan, the little file after you scanned it, these gravimetric waves are used to knock a ship out of warp.
Wait.
So the whole purpose of the ship's experiment was to basically track and overtake a vessel at warp and then mess up space to force it out.
Mm-hmm. To collapse the warp bubble around the vessel.
Okay, this is like some dirty tech.
This is an interception/interdiction ship.
Yeah, this is but it's also kind of like, so is it the same kind of gravimetric issues that the warp core created in the first place? That this is the reason we have, like, or is it a different tech? Does it look like an advancement on the damage that's caused?
No, these gravimetric waves look more along the lines of the gravimetric waves that you would see from something super dense being in space, rather than something smashing through space. So this would be equivalent of a super dense nova, a star. It is not damaging the space, but what it does is it disables the warp fields around a vessel. It distorts the warp field till it dissipates.
But including ours right now.
No.
What? Wait, what? Sir, I think we have warp power.
You do.
Turn off the secondary deflector for a moment, though. Because that's not helping us. It's second power, but keep it
ready for
keep it on standby for when we catch our ship, because then we're gonna if they're under override command code, we're gonna need to use it to knock them out of space.
Your meter says 100% for the secondary deflector, and you notice that the ship's not shaking anymore.
Oh, maybe don't turn it off.
Secondary deflector is at full power, which is why we are no longer moving around in space.
So we can go to warp?
Your power readings, Beagle, are telling you that is a yes. But
yes!
You will not be able to hit full warp for another few minutes while in warp.
If we go to warp now, though, we won't be able to hit full warp yet. We could start, and then it'll take longer to go to full warp. I think we can get to warp 6 right now, which would keep us from, like, losing the Payette altogether, but we won't be able to intercept or catch up to it.
Very good. I'm going to set a intercept course and go to warp 6.
At the moment you start to engage your warp, the Payette falls off sensor, Sofek.
We've just lost sensor contact, Captain.
Can you extrapolate the closest destination, the
projected path?
Projected path, most likely place, so we can at least get back within range.
My computer console seems to be doing that, sir.
So we're at warp now, trying to catch up.
You're at warp currently. You're trying to catch up.
How fast was the Payette going? When
the Payette's last recorded speed was warp 8.
Just tell me when I can punch it.
You're in warp.
No, I meant like get up to whatever. What is the maximum warp of this ship?
Good question.
Somebody want to check the computers?
Yeah, all right. I'll give you control. No, yeah, control engineering.
Control engineering. That'll give you an idea that you'll be able to kind of.
Sweet. We've got 3 momentum, so I'm going to use one of them to give me 3 dice.
Difficulty on this will be 2.
Okay. That's high.
You believe it's somewhere between warp 1 and warp 99.
Yeah, warp 1 to warp 10.
I'm gonna check.
Yep.
Warp 1 to 9010. That sounds like a Beagle answer.
What was
so
that?
It's
engineering?
Yeah, control and engineering, because you're at the you're piloting the ship, so you can kind of get a feel for what it's possible of.
Shit. Okay, I'm just gonna roll with my dice that I got. Let's do this.
It's super high.
Hey.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
It's a higher speed. It's a higher speed than normal.
So the Payette, for whatever it's worth to everyone, has a maximum speed of 9.9 or 9.2.
Yeah.
And this one
and a maximum cruising speed of about 8.9. So it's pretty fast, but
yeah, you feel that this one has more legs and a bit more of a sprint, but you're not sure if it can do them both at the same time.
I just with the comms go, well, we're gonna find out how fast she can go once we lock onto the Payette again.
Sofek, something showing up on your sensors dead ahead while at warp.
Sensor contact dead ahead, Captain.
Do I know what it is?
Sofek's the one on the scanners.
I'd prefer not to run into a planet.
Sofek's the one on the scanners. If he wants to roll, he can tell me. Reason and science?
I'm going to use momentum for an extra dice.
Oh, wow.
You gain 4 momentum.
Dope.
It's a probe from the Payette.
Jessica, can you... Oh, we can't. Wait, no, Scotty did it. We can transport that in at warp, can't we?
Yesikov, would you like to try?
As honored as I am for you to compare me with Lieutenant Scott, I will do my best.
I'm flying find someone to do it if you can.
I would just like to point out right now that Leah is such a TOS fan that you know that it's Lieutenant Scott, whereas the rest of us are all like, wait, wasn't Scotty captain in Relics from Next Generation? But
Yep.
no, don't correct yourself at all, because that's magical. That's just shows the amount of difference in the knowledge sense, and I love it. It's like heart.
Are you going to try to transport it aboard, Leah?
What would I be using for that?
Control and con?
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
No, it'd be control and security, actually, because you're doing a tactical action.
It's dope, and I got focus on shipboard tactical systems. And do we have any momentum?
Like
6.
4? 6?
No.
Oh, okay, I'll buy another D20.
Gopaul gave us 4 after Stefan
So that's 5
murdered
successes.
that roll.
So you gain 3 more momentum, which maxes your pull out.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well,
Well, she's calling me Lieutenant Scott.
you
I look back for a brief second. Okay, Lieutenant Scott.
Down below, Beagle, who is Scott?
Rix. I've heard that name before.
I don't know that name at all.
You get the probe on board the vessel.
Okay.
Yes, a coffin might be someone old.
It is sending a message to you.
Alright.
Did you beam it directly to engineering or something?
Engineering. Please let me know what's...
Beagle, it just lands right next to you.
If Beagle's busy, Rix can...
It is sending a standard subspace message, this probe.
Okay.
So if you can just receive it right now on the
Alright,
ship.
yeah, we'll receive
Okay.
it. Its coordinates, it says 313 by 180 warp
Coordinates, sir.
8.1.
313 by 180 warp 8.1.
Warp 8.1.
I'll correct my flight path.
I don't think we need to keep beaming these on board, sir. I think we can just read them in space and keep flying. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much those probes are?
Yeah.
We will return to Payette and put it back on board.
I mean,
Gonna leave it in space?
You're approaching warp 8 now, Sam.
Ooh, getting quick. I'm not going to acknowledge Escross and Beagle's conversation. They can
On a very tight budget.
For the first time, though, you do
People
hear
have way too
the
many
ship's
things.
computer. And the ship's computer doesn't sound like a standard computer. It's got one of those deep, gravelly voices. And the ship's computer goes, warning, approaching subspace instability.
that
Warning,
just makes me feel
approaching
really
subspace
uncomfortable,
instability.
everybody.
Can I correct to avoid this thing?
Can I correct the voice?
Are you, so you would have to scan it,
Yes.
and Sofek's on the scanners. You have to tell him to.
Sofek, do the thing.
Julie, do the thing.
So you want to just give me a momentum, and I'll just say you succeed?
Yeah.
So you get a momentum,
Score.
you do scan it. The subspace instability that you are approaching is on board the vessel.
Our vessel, the Payette.
Payette?
No, aboard the Haida.
Is there subspace instability on the Haida?
Yep.
Ah, son of a bitch. Wait. You dirty player. Is it this Beagle?
Beagle notices a strange tear appearing in the room.
Ah, crap! It's the
Yasikov, you hear reports from your security teams engaging subspace aliens.
God, yeah, What are they, clicks?
the clacks.
The clacks. You hear the clacks
Wait.
coming over over areas of the ship from your communications. Let's start with Beagle.
Ah! I
Remember
mean,
your training.
Yazikov's martial arts, and I am gonna use I'm gonna no,
Rix?
no, I'm not. I'm gonna grab my face because I got Beagle always has, because of Yazikov, always has a type 3 with him now. So he just kind of like takes it, unlocks, and just lets loose at the tear.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for me.
That's a fitness and command, right? No, fitness and security.
Fitness and security.
Oh, that's my
or
best.
or control and security.
No,
if you're
no,
shooting.
definitely fitness. Oh, really? Control and security for shooting?
No. You can choose either one.
Yeah, fitness. Yeah, that's Beagle's best bet. Beagle's going to spend a momentum to get 3 dice.
We got 5 left in the pool.
No, 4 now. And,
4,
and
yes.
then Beagle's going to let loose. Oh.
You do fire at the subspace instability.
So
and-
hold on. Beagle activates his focus, Yazakov's training, for all my phasers and martial arts stuff. And so I actually have 3 successes there.
Yep. So you get a momentum that you can spend at 4 damage.
So I'm going to spend it more damage.
Roll your damage for your phaser type 3.
All right. And I got 1 more. Hold on. Right? For my momentum, I got 1 more?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, so 3.
4.
4.
You got it. That's a 2.
Yeah. 4.
So you cause 4 damage, and you actually see a shadow within that area of that field kind of collapse and fall forward out of it on the ground, bleeding.
Okay, so is it bleeding like human blood or
You don't know if it would even consider it blood, but it's leaking a fluid from where a burn mark is now on his chest.
I just killed something. Okay.
Rix, you're in engineering as well.
Yeah. you see Rick go. And then, if you remember, he still had the scans from when he was trying to do the EMP bomb. In the last, he didn't quite get there because they blew up the mothership. But he's going to reconfigure the force field emitters to actually send a pulse to shut the tear. Because he had the frequency to do it last time. So he's going to jerry-rig somebody while Beagle's keeping him busy.
So if you're going to jury-rig something, let's call it daring and engineering.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's all right at all this stuff. And he is definitely going to use a momentum for that. So I think we'll have 4 left.
Yeah. And
he knows what he's doing with force fields.
Yeah, you've done this before. You've got all the information. You're not pulling it out of your head. You're just putting what you have and what you know together.
Just pulls out his tricorder real quick, like saved as go.
Yeah, like you understand how it works, and you have all the tools there. You just got to put it together.
Yeah, so that's what he's going to do. So here we go.
Success.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got it. You're getting it together, and it's gonna fire off next round.
Cool.
Sofek, what are you gonna be doing while all these subspace tears open up inside your new vessel?
Jeez. Trying to remember, did we discover any way to try and counter that?
Whatever the graviton pulse was that we created last time.
Yeah, that we sent through with the probe. That's what Rix is using in engineering to shove his tear off of his little force field generator.
Well, I have a whole second deflector dish to play with, apparently.
Yep.
So I'm going to try and I'm going to modify both deflectors to do the graviton pulses inward.
Okay.
To close all subspace tears on this ship.
All right.
Cool.
I'll give me a daring in science. Difficulty 3 for this. Because while this is not standard Vulcan science, this is standard Starfleet science, so it's daring.
Rick's going to share the information with the crew, obviously, too.
Fair, but he's also using deflector dishes that are not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yep.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
we
got 4 momentum.
Yeah, I'll make it 3 instead of 4 difficulty because Rick's is like, this is how we did it last time.
So I'm going to use determination and use my value to remove the variables.
Yep.
To figure out how the 2 deflector dishes work with each other.
Do you
The
want?
And
variable
also
you
use
remove is
momentum.
gravity.
So we're down to 3 momentum. Ba-ba-ba-boom.
So
Oh my
2,
god.
4,
So 6
Elders.
total.
So 6, so 3 more momentum in
Back
the pool.
up to 6 momentum.
You do
Unless
you do,
you're using some.
You do fire it up, and you are about ready to push the button to fire this off. But you're like, if I fire this over the entire ship, I will dump us out of warp.
So you'll...
Better dumped out of warp than infest with subspace aliens.
But with all how well you rolled, you realize you can do it section by section and keep yourself in warp over multiple turns, like a sweeping
Oh, I see,
scan.
I see. Like a time task or a progressive task? Okay.
Almost like if you were to call it like a broom sweeping everything front to back throughout the ship.
Can I pick and choose sections, or do I have to start from like front to...
You can pick and choose sections, yeah. You can pick and choose areas where you think it might be most pertinent to relieve the stress of the fighting of alien murder monsters.
Start with a bridge.
Is there a battle bridge?
On this vessel, no, but your bridge is not on top of the saucer. Your bridge is underneath the saucer.
Nice.
Where you are right now.
So
you are seeing the saucer above you from your point of view.
That'd be sweet.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll start with main engineering, torpedo bays, bridge.
Yep.
And then kind of work my way through the corridors.
While you are scanning the torpedo bays and where there would naturally be weapons on this vessel, you find nothing.
No weapons.
No torpedoes, specifically.
Oh my god.
What about phaser banks?
There are phaser banks, but it looks like this is standard procedure for a test vessel on its test maiden voyage. You just want to take it out and back, and you don't want to have torpedoes on board in case something goes wrong.
Right, okay.
No torpedoes is what you find specifically. But you get you start clearing those sections. So you're going to be on the computer, Stefan, scanning that while simultaneously tracking the Payette. Good luck.
Yep.
Yes,
and don't fuck
you
it
are
up.
getting in reports from your teams on multiple areas of the ship that they have engaged these aliens.
Okay.
Do you want to direct them, or do you want to go and take part in this fight?
I will start barking. What's a firefight? I'm gonna start directing them and try to, make sure they're appropriately covered. That they're not getting overwhelmed. I'm gonna ask, just take in all the information.
Yeah.
To determine whether they need me
Mm-hmm.
to go down wherever.
I'm
Did you see her be like,
I'm gonna need two
amateur,
rolls from you, Varya.
stand up?
Your first roll is going to be a control security at difficulty 3 to get assessment of everything that's going on from your staff. And the second one's going to be control command to give them the correct commands to get them in the correct areas.
Okay. My character sheet just had a little glitch happen here.
Uh-oh, did you hit control alt delete?
No!
Rip. No, but all of my focuses, talents, and values are all in one line. So I don't know. So anyway, my focus is is this shipboard tactical systems?
Yeah, that would be fine because you're using the scanners to find all your dudes on their ship and basically playing RTS with them.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm gonna buy a D20, and
That one is
I've got
successful.
2 successes.
So that one's exactly on successful. It's perfect. You get all the data and you're able to basically see it in your head and get it all set up and ready to give the correct commands out. So control and command, this one's going to be difficulty 2 because you succeeded on this previous check. So you have a good overview of what's happening and you can start directing your security teams around to lay covering fire and overwatch, basically making it easier on the non-combat teams.
Awesome.
So roll me a control and command now.
And we still have a ton of momentum, right?
Yes, we have all 6.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, 5. You used 1. Now we're down to 4.
Okay. So
Yeah.
is
You
that
succeed.
a success?
Yeah, you succeed. Your team, having fought these guys on multiple occasions, understand how to fight them and how to deal with the psychological warfare of the clicking.
Okay.
And so they're holding them back. Stefan slowly clearing the ship. And a second sensor reading shows up in front of you at the location that you were supposed to be at. That the other one told the probe told you to, Stefan. It's another probe.
Picking up another probe, Captain.
Relay the coordinates to my console.
So the coordinates are almost 180 degrees the opposite direction. Warp factor 8.5. So he's zigging and zagging the ship back and forth, trying to keep it from going at an extreme distance, but it's accelerating this guy.
Okay. Inertial dampers are still online, right?
Yep. You are now surpassing warp 8.5, and you're at warp 8.89.
Cool. I'm gonna have to make a hard stop 180 and go backwards. So we're gonna have to enter normal space.
So give me a daring and con roll.
Oh man.
Can't I use control and con for my?
I'm saying daring because you're dumping out, flipping 180, and then warping again immediately.
That's valid.
This is a stunt roll.
Fair. I gotta make sure I use the right.
We have like 6 momentum. We could
Can I
use.
use system?
I'm gonna use one.
Use
No,
two.
Yasekov, you
3.
cannot. You're directing all the security right now.
Zanny's con is 5.
Yeah, so this is going to
good
be now
pilot.
known as the Zanny maneuver.
Nice.
You just hear him whisper under his breath, "Screw you, Picard."
Picard goes from real space to warp,
Yes.
and then back to real space. You do the exact opposite: warp, real space, warp.
So let's. And I've got a determination for him if I need to. So here we go.
Yeah. Difficulty 3. You nailed it.
Not a problem.
So everybody feels that lurch as the ship jumps into real space, and then you all feel the pit of your stomachs push down as it rotates over its own axis, flips a 180 upside down, and then jumps immediately to warp. You're in real space for maybe...
Beagle throws out.
Yeah. You're in real space for maybe half a second. And in this half a second, your ship did both a 180 backwards and a 180 lateral turn.
Yeah, Beagle throws out. It's
Barrel
all
roll.
over. Rix is just... Oh my
Just
god! Yeah.
Oh,
Rix is a sympathetic barker.
how did you eat?
On your command, on your con, Sam, you see a button for maximum warp that has finally lit up.
He matches it.
Yeah, your warp number jumps to warp 99.
Hold on to your butt.
You do feel a slight rumble in the ship, and your readings, Beagle, are showing the warp core heating up. Just
Warp car's heating up.
Yeah, you can feel it, Rex, because you got the force fields up. You actually see the inside of the force field projectors look like they're turning into butter and softening.
Yeah, I don't think we can hold this for very much longer, sirs.
And then you see a warp field, force field open up around the outer layer of them, just happening automatically on this vessel.
Wait, what?
Around the warp core?
Around the warp core, another force field pops up around yours. Where there would normally be walkways, there's now a force field, as if it were built into the vessel somehow.
Huh.
Rix is going to go into the computer. Wait,
You're outside
All right.
of the force fields, yes.
Yeah, no,
You're
but
fighting those alien dudes.
Okay, but the aliens are still happening, so he doesn't have time to figure out why that's happening. Okay.
Yeah, but you're outside, and Stefan, did you say that you were going to use this force field, your graviton emitter in engineering?
Yeah, that was one of the first places.
The force field, that portal Rex closes in engineering, with half the body still in it. So,
Right as he's about to push the button to close it, he goes, "Every time I never get to use my." And then he gets up and he's like, "Stupid little Vulcan, always doing some weird." And then he gets into the computer. He's like, "What is this other force field?" He's kind of upset now.
Yasekov, your teams are reporting back that force fields are closing in certain areas of the ship where Sofek's been firing off his graviton pulses.
Wait. Oh, so like.
Sofek, are you raising shields around ship?
Not the force fields. Sorry, the portals.
Oh, the portals
are closing. Sorry, I meant to say portals. My mistake.
Oh, okay.
I meant to say portals.
Alright. Looks like we have it under control, Captain.
You are Sofek, you have the Payette on sensors again. And the Payette seems to be zigging and zagging through space. It's maintaining a warp of warp 8.9.
Well, that's going to be hard on their engines.
But you've now been able to basically project that if you straight line it, you'll catch up to it within seconds.
Do it.
Are you going to relay that to the captain?
Thinking.
Thinking.
Captain, Payette is back on
Processing.
sensors. We'll be intercepting momentarily.
Excellent.
It is currently going at warp 8.9.
Captain, we have no idea how this technology works. How much damage it will do to the Payette.
If we can get us both into real space, we might be able to stop it. But right now, I just want to get up next to us. If you guys can get up next to it, if you can figure out how it actually knocks them out into real space and can do it safely, we'll get on it.
Sam, give me a control and con to keep control of this vessel at this speed. It's like trying to drive a Ferrari on an ice rink.
Oh, no problem.
That still sounds kind of fun. I'm down.
Yeah.
Where's
Except
the e-brake?
the consequences in this one is you might land on a planet at 10 million times the speed of light.
We're going to rename the ship the Zamboni. All right.
I'm going to use the momentum for this one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
5.
Yeah, you get one momentum back from this, so difficulty 3. You're pulling up to it. Sofek, you're controlling the deflectors. Bless you. So Yasikov's reporting to you. I'm assuming that all the portals have been closed. There's dead bodies that they're dealing with, but you start getting you and Yasikov's screen start getting different. Stefan, yours starts showing the warp bubble around the Payette. It starts showing the pulsing of the warp bubble. Yasikov, you have, for some reason, a targeting array targeting the Payette now.
Like the computer's automatically targeting the Payette?
Computer's got
that's
targeting
not
for it, and it says interdiction.
Okay, but we know that there are no, like,
There's no
phasers or torpedoes.
There's no torpedoes. What just happened?
Oh,
Keep going.
my Google Home has decided that I was talking to it.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's
hey, Google, play Star Trek music. Oh,
I have headphones on.
damn it.
there's no major weapons that you can fire. Your ship does have phasers, but there's not massive phaser banks.
Can I make sure that the phasers are turned off? Like the ship won't have access. Like I want to make sure that the ship's not going to fire anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
Payette.
Give me a control and security roll to lock out all weapon systems.
Okay. Can I ask what the difficulty is?
Difficulty for this one is 3.
Okay, so I'm going to.
Because you're unfamiliar with the system, but you are still familiar enough with Federation systems.
So we still have 3 momentum if you want to burn some.
So I bought another D20, so I'm going to use my cautious to reroll that
To
0.
reroll the D20.
So do I just do D6?
No, D20.
D20.
Just click.
Oh,
okay.
D20. Sorry. Piss.
It's a
It's
failure.
not a
but
20. Not a 20.
You got.
It's at my control is 12, my security is 5.
So you succeeded. You got
What?
3 successes on this. You're able to disable all phaser banks and all torpedo launchers aboard the vessel.
All right. Well, at least we know the ship won't attack ours.
I'm going to add one caveat because there was a 20 roll there, but it's not going to be a serious one. It's going to take you a little bit longer to unlock them than normal.
Okay.
You misclicked on one of the password letters. And you're like, I don't know if I had an 8, a 9, or a 7. So you have to punch in the password 3 times. One of them might be right. That's it. Just a few seconds longer. Nothing serious. Just a little bit of
Sirs,
flavor.
it looks like the Payette's temperature in their warp core is starting to overload. Looks like we only got about 10 minutes before it disintegrates.
Gonna have to knock them out of warp if they don't stop it. What was that thing the deflector was doing? Sofek, can we do this safely without tearing us both into little itty bitty pieces across 3 sectors?
I can say with confidence, Captain, we can definitely do it.
Yeah.
Sofek just
Sounds
got
like that.
so sassy. It's like the lippiest Vulcan that ever has lipped.
We can definitely do it. The results may vary.
The targeting system now on your screen, Yasikov, says locked. Your screen, Sam, has a projected course to bring you alongside with almost within the warp bubble of the Payette, or behind it, whichever one it's recommending to you. It's got one at 60% recommended, one at 40% recommended.
I'll do the 60%, which I assume is
which is directly behind.
Oh, it's directly behind? Oh, that would make
Directly
sense.
behind.
More bubble.
And then Sofek, yours says graviton pulse emissions 100% ready. Fire redirecting when needed.
By the way, directly behind, I don't want to be, just in case we overshoot, you know?
Yeah, you're gonna be basically it's putting you at what would be the equivalent of 300 meters below it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. And you line it up, Sam. Give me a control and con difficulty 2, because the computer's really giving you a help on this one.
Oh, well then. Okay, no worries. Gonna keep the momentum. There we go. Let's do this. Easy.
I mean, you fail.
Looking at
unless you wanna
skills,
find-
looking at skills, looking up skills. Oh, got out of fire.
I mean, there's a value called bring her home.
Bring her home.
Yeah, that would,
Determination to roll that.
sure. Let's do that. Bring her home.
I have pretty high control and con. I could help, I guess.
I guess.
Oh, wait.
You're still dealing with the targeting
I'm still
system.
dealing with the targeting system. Sorry.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know too much about the ship to get the ship. Well, the ship's
Hey.
already helping. That's why it's a 2.
How close are we?
You are within. You're getting closer to the ship. So, are you going to re-roll that 0, Sam, or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Can Beagle try and wrap our warp core around theirs to force their warp core to, like, their warp field to break, so that our warp field and their warp field kind of like do we cancel it out and control it?
Beagle knows from the theory of warp that by merging 2 warp fields together, you just make them more stable rather than less stable.
But can we overpower theirs? We have a pretty big warp core, and we've got 2 deflectors.
Yes, you can, but it does require graviton emissions to overpower theirs.
Don't we have those?
Yeah, that's what you're doing. We're in the process of doing this.
Oh, shutting up.
So I'm gonna spend a determination, but I want to use fast ships in Strange New Worlds. Just
Fair enough. Yeah, this is the fastest ship you've ever flown.
When you reroll, can you spend a momentum? No, right?
No.
Yeah.
But you
Anyway,
can,
and I only need to reroll the 1d20, right?
yeah, you just have to get 1 success. 1 more, anyways.
How about 2?
Yeah, so you succeed. You park it exactly
It's
where
supposed
it
to happen.
recommends, and you match the speed exactly. Sofek, you are now having to scan the warp field around the ship, and it's giving you 5 or 6 locations where it senses gravimetric instability would cause the warp field to break down.
Oh, that's not
You
good.
got to select one. You got to figure this one out. This one's going to be reason and science for you. Beagle,
Yeah.
keep the warp core running. You got to go ahead and roll me a reason and engineering.
Reason,
toasty.
not control engineering.
No, sorry, daring and engineering with assist
I'll
from
take
Rix.
it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
And Yasikov, when the time comes, I need a control and con from you.
There's one more momentum in the pool that I know of. Can I spend it so I can have 3 dice?
First, though,
I got 3 successes, so shouldn't there be 2?
there should be 2. Yes.
Okay.
Sofek, I want you to do your roll first. I want you to give me a reason and science, and this is going to be difficulty 3 because you got to figure out. You don't know much about gravimetrics. It's a weird niche science, and you're trying to figure out where's the best place to pew the ship.
Does he use
alright.
that language too? Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Here's Zanny
Those are
from the
2
bridge. Less pew pew, more QQ. That's wrong.
It was bring her home, and what was the other one for her
Keep
determination?
them all alive.
I'm gonna use that one
Mm-hmm.
and spend my last determination. Keep them all alive.
I would like to stay alive.
So
That's
4 successes.
So one more to the pool. In your brain, you think the best one to do would be the one that's directly behind the ship, which would cause the warp bubble to break like a bubble forwards and act like a cushion in front of the vessel, slowing it down a little bit easier than normal. Rix and Beagle, give me a roll now. I need daring and engineering to keep this warp core from melting everyone's faces
Long
off.
and momentum, so I get 3.
Yeah.
Rix will be assist.
Yeah. 2. Well, you better assist.
Damn it!
Does Rix assist? Oh,
Yeah,
yes, he
you
does.
assist. You actually
He just pats Beagle on the back. I remember when I was the first lieutenant.
I mean,
you
First time.
reroute some
I
of
tried.
the nitrogen in the core as liquid nitrogen to start shooting it into the areas around it to cool it down. In Yesikov, there's a big red button on the ship now. It says fire.
Do you know how I feel about big red buttons?
Yep.
I feel
okay.
there's a big red button somewhere on this ship.
Do we
I
have any,
sense the Beagle wants to push a big red button. Yesikov, fix
what's
this.
the
This is control and con.
what's the
Target the
difficulty?
vessel. Pardon?
difficulty?
Difficulty is 2 because everybody else succeeded.
Okay. Let's get her done. Oh.
Get her done.
You have any determination left to reroll
Oh yeah,
that?
I got tons. I will use bring her home
Yeah, you will.
and
Reroll that one.
Come on.
The one success. You do
Yeah.
manage to hit the Payette, but not in the exact area you wanted
Can I
to.
use another determination?
Only one.
Damn it.
One reroll.
Okay.
And both the Haida and the Payette tumble out of warp.
Oh.
There is a collision between the nacelles of the Haida and the Payette.
Oh God.
As we
And the-
tumble, can I use the thrusters to attempt to reduce the impact?
You
I don't
do on
think
your
we should.
vessel. On the Haida, I'm saying you automatically succeed with the million momentum you have.
Oh.
Beagle throws up again.
Not quite as much as you had hoped. You shear the port nacelle off the Payette.
Considering it's integrated into the ship, that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, you shear.
This is the
completely
only
gone halfway.
time that if anybody else was in front, you'd see a tear just come down Zandy's face, just like, my ship, my beautiful ship.
As both of your ships spark and flicker with their power levels lowering and lowering, what you see in front of your screen is a Derdex warbird decloaking,
Oh no!
God, Mayo.
Oh, come on.
and you get a
Literally, hear Zandy just face just
You-
hits the console.
you get a message over your console, and it is
Well, hello, my dear friends.
Hi, Mevin.
It appears you have a bit of a problem. I'm here to offer the assistance of the Romulan Empire to our friends in exploration in this Shackleton Expanse, the Federation. How can I help you?
No, let's just skip the pleasantries for once and just say
Pleasant,
you can
but-
see how you can.
Commander. And as she kind of like looks off to the side and she kind of goes like this, and you instantly have a tractor beam hooked on you, and it just stops you from tumbling through space. And then she kind of waves her hand, and it does it again on the Payette, and both of them kind of like. I mean, I'm here to offer medical assistance. It appears you've had quite the little ride going about in your new ship.
Yeah,
Such a pleasant ship it is. In fact, you know what? I would like to offer you to. We will tow you back, and even repair your ship. Because from my readings, it's going to take you years to get back at Impulse. I mean, we're much closer to one of our bases. I will offer. I insist, in fact, that I will fix your ship for you.
You see behind Mevin, Sam, specifically one of the probes from the Payette. as her crew slowly disassembling it and looking at it.
Mevin's crew?
She kind of does like one of these in order to just kind of like go in front of the crew.
Yeah, it's one of the probes that the Payette was dumping behind it.
This is why we picked them up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Mevin, in this case, you seem to, for once, have me at a loss. We'll have to accept your help. We'll have Gopaul, or the doctor from on the Payette will coordinate as well as over here. And then I'll mute the button and turn around to Jessica and go, secure everything.
So as you do that, you kind of like look over and you actually see Mevin kind of like, wait, that worked? What the fuck just happened? What just happened? Did that? That totally, absolutely. Well,
I'm literally sending every message I possibly can at Jessica, like, lock everything down. Make computer.
I'm like locking down the new software first, specifically that requires like
all that software on the Haida. It's you're locked down because the ship is back in a damaged state. The ship is back to where you found it.
Borg, get their encryption code.
So Mevin will kind of like wave at you because you've muted her.
Back around. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And then
sorry,
I thought, mute. Right. Thanks.
Yeah. Sorry, just needed to issue some orders. Captain stuff.
I'll tell you what. I actually feel a little bit bad for you right now.
Oh.
This looks like kind of a horrible situation. And I did notice that you've been struggling with the same rifts in space that we have. So I will offer to bring you back to your station if you will share your information of how to stop those subspace aliens from getting through. No tricks. No subterfuge. I need this for my ship. Not right now. But it has not been pleasant.
Well,
if I have to ally with anyone in the Federation, I would choose that it be you over many others. Commander Zanny. Don't let it get to your head. Just
validated.
Would you like to... She meets you.
Must you tease her like this? Just go on and on and on.
She unmutes you.
I can feel
Don't
something
spoil my fun.
raising.
Yes.
All right. Are we done? We can carry on with this now.
Yes.
This doesn't make us friends. I would like to make that very clear.
I was already planning our vacation. Fine. If you want to
She
give
just kind
it
of goes. She disconnects the connection.
Yes, does end up shortly. Yes, I have to provoke her. It's in the rules.
You feel
so get the Starfleet command codes.
To finish this one off, gentlemen and lady, she does end up taking you all the ways back to Narendra Station, bringing you all the ways back with the Haida. And
we send a message forward. So
by the time you make it back to the Narendra Station, all the former crew of the USS Haida have gone all the ways back into Federation space. There's nobody left from the Haida crew, not even your friend Captain.
We never did find her.
No.
Nope. But the bad news, and there's a bit of it.
Oh my God! Was that body hers?
No.
Oh, thank God.
The Payette is considered a total write-off.
Okay, another one.
The Payette is going to be scuttled, and any technology can be salvaged from it will be salvaged from it. The Haida crew has already been starting to be reassigned, and a number of them get assigned to you, Captain Zanny, and your new ship, the USS Haida.
Hey, I think you just got promoted.
I think I did.
Wait, you promoted people as a guest DM? That can happen?
I can kill people off too, Beagle.
No, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm okay with
I
it.
gave you
Admiral
a promotion.
Sofek says be quiet from the peanut gallery.
Hey, can I get a promotion too?
Gurkhan.
You'll become a full commander if I become a captain on a ship like this, but we'll discuss that later. One thing that Zanny wants to do before the Payette is scuttled is go and get the plaque from this reading room.
Oh yeah. So the main issue with the Payette is due to the nacelle being sheared in half from the back of the vessel. There's no way that it will never fly straight again.
Also, he gets the Payette plaque. And
you also get a commemorative Payette
in that whatever that clear aluminum is, so that it's forever
transparent aluminum.
Yeah, the transparent aluminum. So
And
it's forever,
you end up getting a gold
engraved,
version of
and
it.
he'll mount it.
All
You
right.
get a gold model of it in your reading room as well. As well as a
gold
favorite.
model. Gotta have the gold model.
Yeah.
But there was also what Gurkhan was doing was he was shutting off nacelles one at a time to make it change directions, and that really damaged the ship at maximum warp.
I mean, it would. Yeah, I can see
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the Payette name. We
Wow.
are now in the USS Haida.
Wow. All right. So we have a new ship. And we'll end the series of USS Payette in 2 weeks. Hey, Gopaul.
Yes.
Good game, man. Thanks.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely done. So, yeah, Stefan, thank you for playing. Leah, thank you for playing. Sam? No, I'm kidding.
Wow, way to lose the second ship, Sam.
Yeah.
Discop's getting promoted.
I know.
You're going back to Lieutenant Junior grade.
Oh.
That means Beagle will outrank you.
Thanks for playing, everyone. Everyone who is watching in chat, you are quiet, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back in 2 weeks with our series finale, and then we'll be going into the new series. Yeah, I'm really excited. We're going to do like an anthology-style Star Trek game where we're going to try and do different series and different little anyways, you'll see. The rest of you, I love playing with you. Thank you all for playing. And have a wonderful night. See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.